Let's talk lubrication. Okay, you sickos. Not that. Knife lubrication. Way back in the old days, we used to all use 3-in-1 oil. Some of us might have used Marvel oil. I know some of you even used WD-40. And you found out that all that does is attract dirt. Back in April of 2021, I did a video about my favorite knife lubrication. And I kind of stumbled upon it and was very happy with it. I have been happy with it for the longest time, up until I had what was sort of an epiphany. There I am one day, grooming my beard, then cleaning my trimmer, and then I oiled it. And I thought to myself, this is a trimmer. This thing's moving back and forth a whole lot. The lube's supposed to hold up even with gritty shit in there. I wonder how that would work on a knife. Well, you know they're not super generous with the oil when you buy a new trimmer. You get that little tiny plastic vial of it, and that's supposed to go a long way. So I got to thinking, if that's supposed to go a long way, you know, you're not over lubing, what about just buying a big old thing of it and trying it on some of the knife blades? Well, let me tell you. Stop watching that other video. Go out and get yourself some wall clipper oil. You don't have to get the big one. This is 4 ounces, but it's not that expensive. It's clear. It has a nice controllable tip. You always want to be in control of your tip, because you don't want to over lubricate. I'm going straight to hell, aren't I? Yeah. I have used it on everything. I'm talking everything, including, well, of course, Benchmade 940, Swiss Army knives. The one knife that I get asked about regularly as to what I use for lubrication is the Chris Reeve Sebenza, or the ESEE. Doesn't matter. The first thing I would do with a Chris Reeve knife is disassemble it. Wipe all of that grease off, every last trace of it, clean it. Then I would polish my washers. But you don't want to polish too much because they are kind of a precision part, and if you F up, they will not send you new ones because that's considered a precision part. Then I reassemble the knife and oil. Drop it right in there. There's a special spot that I use to drop it in. It kind of acts like a cup. I'll oil in there and then move this. Because what that does, I mean, that's a Gerber, but what that does is those holes in the perforated washer, hence the word perforated washer, allow a little bit of that oil from that little cup of oil that you made on the spine of the knife to fall in. And that draws it down into the pivot, and the next thing you know, your whole knife is lubricated. I find the oil works way better than the grease. Your knife will open that much more easily. You'll thank me. I honestly think that the Pelgun oil is really ATF. And for those of you who didn't get a master's degree in abbreviations, that's automatic transmission fluid. So it's a lubricant and a cleaner and a conditioner and wash, rinse, repeat. I mean, it worked great. That's the stuff I used to use. I still have it in case I discover that this wall clipper oil was a bad idea. I can always go back to this. Pro tip here, if you're using Pelgun oil, of course, a little goes a long way, and after you've put the cap back on, wipe it, store it with the cap up, don't lay it down, because whatever you lay it on, for whatever reason, that fluid will find its way through the threads of the cap and then out the cap and then drip onto whatever surface you have there. I don't care if it's your finest dining room table, your wallet, it doesn't matter. It's going to leak. So store it tip up and you won't have that problem. Shot glass. Set it in a shot glass. The wall oil, I am not sponsored, it's designed to stand up. One of the fun things about knife ownership is discovering new things. If you don't sometimes think out of the box and let yourself experiment, you're never going to discover something that may actually be better than what you've known in the past. So when I make a video about Pel gun oil, that's the best thing I knew at the time, and I thought I would share that with you. Well, now I know something new, so I'm going to share that with you. It's inexpensive. I would say give it a go. Have at it. Let me know what you do. If you do have good results from it, I always check comments. Let me know how it worked out for you. Thank you very much for watching. I truly do appreciate it. Please be safe playing with your knives. We don't need any trips to the hospital.